We know almost nothing about Homer, not where he was born, not when he lived, not even whether he was blind, or whether that blindness was ever literal at all. 7 cities claimed him, 7, which means none of them knew. The man who gave Western civilization its oldest and greatest works left nothing behind. No biography, no tomb, no confirmed date of birth, not even a name you can trust. And for 2,000 years, they've tried to solve this. They haven't. So ask the question differently. Not who was Homer, but what kind of mind could produce the Iliad and the Odyssey? Because when you really look at these texts, not read them but look, something shifts. The question of identity disappears, and something far more interesting takes its place. The Iliad is not a war story, it is a map. Every character is a force within the human soul. Every battle an internal event. The structural self, 24 books measured, deliberate, is not random. It aligns with initiatic knowledge, Pythagorean structure, and Hermetic psychology. Knowledge that was never written down, never taught in public. This is not accidental. You do not accidentally encode a complete map of the human soul inside an epic poem. You do not accidentally structure 24 books around the 24 letters of the Greek alphabet, each carrying a principle. Whoever created this knew exactly what they were doing, and that tells us something. There are 3 things that are likely true about Homer, not separate, but connected. First, Homer was an initiate. In the ancient world, there were schools, the Eleusinian mysteries, the Orphic tradition, the brotherhood of Pythagoras. These were not religions. They were systems of knowledge, transmitted in silence, encoded in myth. And the Iliad and the Odyssey are built on that knowledge. Not decorated with, built on it. Homer may not have been one man, but a lineage. What we call the Homeric question has no clear answer, because the answer may be this: Homer is a tradition, a chain of voices passing the same flame across generations. Third, the name itself may be a code. Omeros, Homeros, or mi oron in ancient Greek, the one who does not see. But in initiatic language, blindness is not loss, it is a transformation. The seer does not look outward, he looks inward. Think of Tiresias, think of Oedipus. Vision begins when ordinary sight ends. Homer may not be a name, it may be a title, the seer. Now, why does this matter? Because if this is true, if these works are not stories but transmissions, then reading them as literature is like studying a musical score without ever hearing the music. You can analyze it, compare it, debate it, but you haven't experienced it. The ancient Greeks understood this. That's why Plato quotes Homer and argues with him, because he recognized something familiar. This is not storytelling, this is transmission. And there is only one thing strong enough to carry through across millennia: story. Because doctrine dies, institutions fall, languages change, but the real story endures. So, who was Homer? An initiate, a lineage, a title. Not a man in history, but a voice within a tradition. A voice that understood the deepest truths cannot be explained, only transmitted. And 3,000 years later, we are still receiving it.